During this nearly week-long period of the blizzard of 22 and its aftermath, we have been keeping you updated on power restoration efforts here in Western New York.
National Grid aims to have most, if not all, of the power restored in the city of Buffalo by the end of today. Joining us now live to talk about all these efforts is National Grid's New York President, Rudy Winter, and its Regional Director, Ken Kujawa. Ken and Rudy, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Let's talk about where things stand right now before we sort of get into the aftermath, because there are a lot of questions that residents have. We just saw the press release that was sent out by National Grid saying everything should be restored tomorrow after a high of what, 108,000, right?
That's correct. Yeah, we had realized that number of outages during the storm. Our crews made great progress from the time that we started restoration, which actually happened right during the blizzard. Our crews were out working at that time. And as we stand right now, we look at Erie County, we're down to 333 customers out. The two largest outages are in the city of Buffalo. We have about 277 out, and in the town of Amherst, 44.
Now, you, of course, had your crews here, and you brought additional crews in. What have you been hearing from them? What are they seeing out there as they do their work?
Hi, thanks for having us here this afternoon. So we had a total of 3,800 personnel on the ground doing restoration. And these were crews that came from elsewhere in New York, from other utilities, from our other utilities in Massachusetts. And we brought in crews from as far south as Texas and Oklahoma. One of the things that they really needed was just access to equipment, access to customers so they can do what they do best, which is restore service to all of our customers. And that's what the crews have been focused on throughout this whole storm restoration.
One of the unique things that I heard during this storm and in the aftermath is that some of these substations that we have here in the city of Buffalo and other places actually froze over. Now, is that a rare occurrence? And if so, or even if not, is there anything that can be done to protect those super critical substations from freezing over the next time we have a big storm?
Yeah, the account is correct. We did have some substations that filled up with snow, drifting snow, impacted about 5 stations, impacted about 28 total transformers. And we had to go in and effectively, if folks know what when you watch a Bills game and you see the heaters on the sidelines that the players stand in front of, we had to take those types of heaters, tarp off the stations, and then blow hot air in order to melt the snow. We have never seen that before here at National Grid, and we had to make that adjustment on the fly in order to get customers back in. As with every storm, we're going to sit down afterwards. We're going to talk about what happened and how can we make our system more resilient going forward, so that if we have this situation again, how can we improve? How can our system be designed better? We're always looking at that because we want to make sure that our customers stay in power and stay safe.
And before we let you go, of course, there are a number of issues that come with residents being stuck without power for a number of days. And that includes food and prescription spoilage. But you guys actually have reimbursements. There's a claim service available for customers. Go through that process for anyone in need of that.
Sure. So this is a law that was passed in New York State last year. It's called PSL 73. And basically, residential customers and small business commercial customers who experience an outage for longer than 72 hours have the ability to apply for a reimbursement for spoiled food and spoiled medicine for residential customers, and then food for small commercial customers. Customers can go on to National Grid's website, which is nationalgridus.com, and they can file a claim. They can also call the company at 1-315-428-3370. The important thing to note is that customers have 14 days after the storm to make that claim with the company, and then it'll be reviewed by us to see if the customer is eligible based upon the criteria that was set by New York State.
By the end of today, like we talked about, the restoration will be completed, but let's be clear, we're going to be standing by this community forever.
Yeah, without question. National Grid's New York President Rudy Winter and Regional Director Ken Kujawa, thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.